This is Shelton Benjamin.
This is Harley Race.
This is Mick Foley.
This is Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff.
This is the Monster Abyss.
This is Daniel Bryan.
This is JBL, and you're watching the MWF.
Be there live.
Commissioner Von Johnson, we are back. This is your call to action fatal four-way matchup featuring four hungry young athletes making their Millennium Wrestling Federation debut. It is Minnie in the red, Pete Mulloy in the white and black, Psycho with the dyed red hair, and high-flying Andre Lyonz. Commissioner, you found these men in your column on MWFProWrestling.com.
You know, once again, for all you marks out there, this is what it's all about in MWF Wrestling. We give people that feel the need and that want us to see what they got. Here's an example right here.
Commissioner Von Johnson, the winner of this matchup will be placed into the first round of the television title tournament. Is this correct?
That is correct indeed.
Earlier tonight we saw True Extreme John Brooks pin Genesis 1-2-3. He will move on in the TV title tournament, and he will be facing the winner of the, as a matter of fact, he'll be facing the winner of this match in a few weeks here on Ultra.
That is correct. These four equally talented individuals are going to see, as we speak, what they have. And you know what? I wish them all luck.
All four of these individuals have trained at the Chaotic Training Center in North Andover, Massachusetts, carrying on the tradition of professional wrestling training here in New England now.
That is correct. That is one of the, I would say, one of the top three, in my opinion, training facilities in all the country right now.
I was going to say, New England, where else would you go?
Well, you know, if you're in this area, you don't want to travel, Chaotic is the place to go, but I understand that they got people from out of state going there right now.
As a matter of fact, I believe that to be true as well. We have referee Todd Fat Paint St. Clair in the ring. Right now, Minnie applies a headlock on Pete Mulloy down on the mat. All four of these individuals, they've started to make a name for themselves as they head out and work at various independent shows. Here, they're in the Millennium Wrestling Federation. Commissioner, as we know, it is not candy store wrestling.
Not one iota. I'll tell you right now, this Pete Mulloy guy, I just hope he didn't take that name from Adam 12 from the old days, but that's before your time.
Way before my time,
okay.
Commissioner.
Oh, okay. But I'll tell you right now, these guys, it shows complete athletic ability. No one, all right, these two.
Right there, Commissioner Andre Lyonz tags himself into the match.
A little arrogance there, but you know what? That's fine because, you know, Minnie, this kid is nonstop. Every time I turn around, this kid is booked solid for the next 6-7 months, I believe.
Is he booked solid for the next 6 or 7 months, Commissioner?
That's correct, and he could be loose as well. Who knows? But you know what? These fine, young, hungry athletes, as we watch this, they are all ready and they are all able. Okay? That's why they make the grade, we might call them. And those, you know, again, many have not made the cut. These gentlemen have made the cut, and you'll see why.
I know the Jackal would have loved to have been here to call the match this week, but once again, he's back in Japan visiting with April Hunter.
That is correct. You know, he can't stay away because, you know what? From what I've been saying and what I've been hearing, Jackal has missed his sweetie pie. And I'm sorry, Jackal, but you know, that's what happens. You know, Slick doesn't share too well either, I understand.
One thing, Commissioner Von Johnson, many have talked about from your column this week is that from your sources in Japan, apparently that April Hunter has some kind of a nickname with the Japanese women, translated in English as Mrs. Penis.
That is correct. That is correct. I got my friend, Sumisaki or Saki, whatever, you know.
Sumisaki.
Yeah, whatever the day might. You know, she was the one who actually transposed the
she translated this nickname?
She did, indeed. And believe me, that the Japanese people, that's why April was just signed for another 3 weeks.
Now, do you believe this to be true? Do you think April Hunter could be a man?
You know what? You never know. You never know. You know, we've all seen her. We've all seen her in the buff, but you know, we'll see what happens. I think there will have to be a locker room inspection next time she works for our organization.
Commissioner Von Johnson, I think that's ridiculous. Again, I think it's you just trying to find a way to get a rise out of April Hunter. Well, what is it going to take for you to leave the poor woman alone?
Well, as long as she's servicing Jackal, that's really, you know, we take care of our own management here. As long as Jackal's getting the service call. Unfortunately, the guy had to fly, 16, 18 hours to get the service call and get, you know, check underneath the hood there, but. You know, more power to Jackal.
Well, if you're going to insult her, do you think you're going to make a friend in the Jackal?
Well, you know what? I wish the man would, but I understand she's an animal.
Look at that right from Minnie, Commissioner Von Johnson. We're taking our attention away from this matchup here, but this is news I think that needs to be talked about. If April Hunter isn't, I'm not even going to go there. I think that's ridiculous.
You know, let's go back to the match. Forget about April and her genitalia.
Commissioner Von Johnson, Psycho brought into the corner. Pete Mulloy tagged in, goes to town in the midsection of Psycho. If that is indeed true, Commissioner, which I don't believe it is, I just think it's another one of your evil attempts with her enemy, the lovely Talia, to try and cause her more frustration and stress. If it is true, she has no business being in a women's division.
Well, you know what? Talia did confide in me several times throughout our evening last night and previous weeks that she is a little. She wishes she was able to discuss it with April. Her, where April has her enhancing done and her surgical implants done.
Double clothesline for Minnie and Pete Mulloy on Psycho. Psycho's down, knee to the face there. That's going to get a psychotic rage out of him right there.
Well, thank God the Psycho did take his meds, but who knows? This guy is definitely, I'll tell you.
Psycho could have been a roommate of Gino Martino.
You know what? I think they definitely did share some time, and we were playing Hospital in Belmont for the rich and famous. Obviously, you both know that Psycho indeed has a counselor on the outside of the office behind us watching this match, because you know what? Psycho is at any time could flip out, go into a raging fit of lunacy, and then, that guy, I guess, has a syringe or some type of medicine in it, and unfortunately, that's what it might take.
Commissioner Von Johnson, why would you bring someone like Psycho into the MWF? He could be dangerous. He bites, and he's a disturbed human being. I think it's safe to say that.
In my typical practice, dealing with all types of psychiatric as well as GYN patients, we try to give all opportunities to anyone that we feel deserves it.
Even raving lunatics?
Well, you know what? I have a sworn affidavit from several people in the unit, as well as the director of McLean's, that this gentleman, maybe this is what he needs to bring him back to normalcy.
Professional wrestling is going to bring someone back to normalcy?
Well, if you call it normalcy, professional wrestling, but you know what? So far, I think that I was told, and I had to witness an injection a half hour before the match to lithium and some various other substances to mellow him out. But it looks like it could be wearing off any minute now.
And that could be dangerous for the other three competitors in this matchup.
Well, you know what? Minnie better be careful, that's all I have to say. Minnie is, all these guys. I mean, the paperwork on these guys, I'll tell you right now, we're talking, as you know, from our last meeting at the, I think it was the Parker House in Boston.
I believe so. Side Russian leg sweep from Pete Mulloy. Lyonz kicks out at 2.
Tremendous recommendations from all these people throughout the land about these 4 individuals. So we are lucky. Thank God they had a free space. I understand they all flew out to Florida or something.
I believe they headed to Florida on a night after. But Commissioner Von Johnson, these 4 individuals, they could be the future of wrestling here in New England.
You know what? Maybe they're looking for these fine, hungry young athletes with less size, like Gino Martino used to have. But I'll tell you, these guys, the smaller they are, the faster they are, as we both know.
Lightning quick.
And very fast, okay?
No, that's what lightning quick means, Commissioner.
A great example of another one that we called to action. This referee, as you can tell by his conditioning in the ring, he's always involved in the middle of a match.
That spear from Minnie.
Oh.
That took as much out of him as it did high-flying Andre Lyonz.
Well, you know what? Andre's better figure.
Pete Mulloy comes in the ring to break the count. All 4 of these men want to be entered into the tournament. I don't know about what Psycho's motivations are, but then again, I might not want to know.
Psycho just wants to get out of the unit.
Look at that, he has bare feet, Commissioner.
They're not allowed to wear anything. A sock might cause might wrap his neck up and hang himself with a sock.
He couldn't do that with his shirt?
Well, that could be, but the shirt has to stay on. I understand, depending on the day of the week, depends what color hair we have. Today it's red.
How does someone train to become a professional wrestling if they are at the McLean's Mental Institution?
Well, you know what? There's a regiment that's emailed over on a daily basis, and indeed, he too, if they want to work with us, has to answer to our higher power. And you know what? That is unbelievable.
Commissioner Von Johnson, another thing that everyone is talking about, it is Saturday afternoon, December the 6th. Ottawa, New Jersey. It is Fan Slam, Commissioner, and apparently you're planning on bringing many of the MWF to this extravaganza.
I am looking forward to this. They've been calling nonstop, begging on their knees to have the commissioner and some of his associates from the corporate office to this event. And believe me, we will be there, meeting our fans, greeting our fans, And I understand this is a worldwide event.
There are going to be people from all over the United States there, Commissioner. Who even knows where else? FanslamWrestling.com is the website for that. And apparently so far, you will be there.
That is correct.
Tiger Mulligan will be there.
Well, Pussy Mulligan, we'll see if he limps in, but well, he'll have to behave.
Slick Wagner Brown and April Hunter will be there.
Oh, and her new addition. They've now discussed in public, yes.
The MWF Heavyweight Champion, Sudden Impact Dylan Cage, and the lovely Talia will be there.
That's right, my baby. And you know what? I just hope that we can stay away from each other because we're there to sign and meet and greet our fans.
And Commissioner Von Johnson, you being you, apparently you have some kind of a surprise, a megastar you are going to bring on to FanSlam on December the 6th.
That is correct. That is correct. I hope to hear by tomorrow morning a.m. As to, I have 5 or 6. It's been boiled down to 5 or 6 people. I hope to hear by tomorrow morning a.m. as who finally gets the nod. Because as you know in MWF.
Look at that, Commissioner Von Johnson,
oh
Mini.
My word! Look at that.
He looked like he was shot out of a cannon flying onto Psycho.
That's right.
Back to FanSlam, Commissioner.
You know what? I just hope, as you know, we have to get the.
Andre Lyonz, same thing. Look at that.
Oh, look at this. Look at this. Mini-Me is sacrificing his body a la Spike Dudley.
And now Pistol Pete Mulloy, Commissioner Von Johnson, he's ready for the same thing.
He's going up and over.
This is your matchup. This is the Call to Action Fatal 4-Way.
Oh.
It's almost like candlepin bowling, Commissioner.
That's right. All these little pins are falling down one at a time.
When is Psycho going to attempt the same thing, a high-flying maneuver to the floor?
Yeah,
look at Commissioner Von Johnson. Look at this. Wait.
Uh-oh.
What? Commissioner.
Well, Lithium does that. It makes it a little slower.
He took a shortcut.
That's, well, he still doesn't know where he is 100%. But, the Lithium, I think, was a little too strong this week. We'll be talking about him tomorrow morning as well. I'll straighten that out, because if he wants to work for us next time, he has to be more coherent.
Look at the body scattered all over the floor, Commissioner.
And you know what? This kid Minnie is nonstop. All these guys are nonstop. That's why they're there with us, instead of all these low-end groups.
Looked like a weekend at Mel Phillips' house, but that's a different story for a different time.
Mel Simons and Mel Phillips. Okay. With the Sharpie, the blue Sharpie.
Out at 2. Psycho may be deranged, but he's not going to give up easily, Commissioner.
Look at Minnie.
He wants to bring 15 pounds of gold back to the McLean's Institute.
He does indeed. And he'll use it up and sell it for scrap. Or who knows? Look at this. Psycho was taking a pounding, but then all mental patients take a pounding. They don't care.
He's fighting back on high-flying Andre Lyonz, Commissioner.
You know what? I'm very concerned, Dan, because you know what? We're going to have to get this guy blood tested before and after this. He has his energy that's unbelievable.
Is he biting his ear or the back of his head?
He thinks he's back in the unit again. Look at this. He's all confused. He's all confused. Look at this. Minnie's going over too.
Lyonz tosses Minnie over the.
This.
Look at the shades of Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, Commissioner.
You know what? Unbelievable. Up. Behind Pete Mulloy.
He has the upper hand on Minnie at the moment, but again, the bodies are all over the floor.
Well, as we can tell, Pete Mulloy spent a lot of money on his outfit.
This is tremendous action here on Altar, Commissioner. And again, speaking of the TV title tournament, we should touch base on it again. Next week, first round matchup, Todd Hansen, the man that pinned D'Lo Brown, the king of Lynn that defeated Gino Martino in that street fight, faces Eddie Edwards.
That is correct.
And that's it. DDT from the middle rope, Commissioner. Minnie is victorious.
1, 2, 3, baby.
So Minnie will go on to face Spider.
That could be that, right?
You already know Kowloon Restaurant, established in 1950 and spanning 4 generations, serves a multi-Asian menu. Did you also know that Kowloon Restaurant is New England's premier Asian dining and entertainment complex, serving Cantonese, Szechuan, Thai, and Polynesian cuisine? And did you know that Kowloon Restaurant is also the home of the finest Japanese sushi? If you haven't dined at Kowloon Restaurant lately, then you simply haven't dined at Kowloon. Kowloon Restaurant, Route 1 North in Saugus.
30 years in the making. Iconic moments take on a new life in stunning images, behind-the-scenes stories, and exclusive interviews.
One of the most incredible nights I've ever had.
On that night, there's nobody else I could have done it with but Scott Hall.
Welcome to WrestleMania!
30 years Rise of WrestleMania. Available September 15th. Pre-order now online or wherever books are sold.